Star Wars Bad Batch Season 2 Spoiler Review. Episode 1 Spoiler Wall. Welcome to the topical Jack Sparrow, powder can't be run away, bum bum, but no, that's Metal Gear. Who that live? Am I a man? Am I a Muppet? They gotta get this thing in a bobber. This they're on a mission like usual to get something. And then these crabs, they might as well have been dinosaurs. God damn it! And they're playing keep away, and they just gotta get it. They're going off, and they run into this lady. She has some tales to tell people, and I guess she wants them to go on a mission. There's this Sid the dinosaur, not Barney the dinosaur, and she really wants them to go do something, go somewhere, and then they'll get some money for it. There she is with her pet animal, so they get onto another planet. What planet was it? Is that the Garden of Eden? Wait, I don't remember what happened. So they're talking to each other. It's like they're football players, but they're not. They gotta go get this stuff, cargo stuff. So they gotta. This is a very secure place. With the what are these? Are these clone troopers or stormtroopers? Well, it's some kind of secured place in a bobber. They gotta sneak in. That's what they do. Near the end, they're in this cargo thing, and it just travels up into the air because it's also a spaceship. Yeah. So she's still out there. I'm still recording. This is a blooper. I need to start blaming OBS for all my problems. Maybe I should start over. I messed up this video. Not that the video is that good in the first place. A lot of videos got problems. A lot of my stuff, my content. Well, we're not here to talk about that. They run into this guy in the forest, and I don't remember what this old guy was doing. We got a clone talking to that guy. Episode 3, Solitary Clone. What is this? The Hunger Games? What is this? Darth Vader's castle? Nah, this is not a hot lava planet. Ooh, look at that guy. Who are these people? Power Rangers? Leo? The Alien Ranger? Meanwhile, it's the clones. And then you got, is that a clone talking to that guy? Oh, it's one of the guys that was part of the Bad Batch. And he's working for the Empire now. So I think they were there to try to save that guy because he was part of their team, part of the Bad Batch as a clone trooper, and he was like, "Nah, I'm staying with the bad team, the losing team, the Empire." They're having a conversation. Now, who is that guy? Which clone is he? Is this Rex or is this another person? Episode 4, Faster. The Wonderful World of Disney. Woo. Oh, this must be the pod racing episode. Sid, the green alien dinosaur, likes to gamble and stuff. And he had a racer or something that was gonna race, like betting on horses and car racing and bullfighting. For all you Donald Duck comedians out there, Mission Impossible book. Something wrong would happen. Something happened, okay? And then, so who ends up racing for her? Well, none other than this person, the brain guy. And they're like, we're gonna take you, and if we win, you're gonna let us go or cancel our debts. I mean, cancel her debt. Beep beep, Star Fox. Pod racing episode was pretty exciting. It's not like pod racing, it's like a little bit more than that. It's like death racing. Good job. Episode 5 and 2. Looks like an abandoned stadium. A junkyard. Reminds me of those people from The Walking Dead. Who the lady was the group of the community and sold Rick Grimes off to the big giant community up towards New York. Yeehaw. So they go on a scavenger hunt. They go inside a mountain. This girl's leading the way. She has like a map. In the end, it turns into a Power Ranger Zord. I remember this episode. It was the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger episode. It looks like some kind of Zord. The inside looked like the inside of a Zord or a Star Trek spaceship. In the end, the giant Zord went bye-bye. They ran into a problem. They had to do something, and then it just like fell apart or something. Which I think I disagree with that, but it's like that's what happened. They try to make it believable. Episode 6, Trap. It's like they're doing some kind of trading, buying something, selling something, trading with these robots. But then they run into Chewbacca. Nah, it's not him. It's a Jedi Wookiee. So this is the Jedi Wookiee episode. They go to the Wookiee planet. They got these weird, what are these, like giant spiders? But the Wookiee's like, well, if you don't try to fight it, it won't try to fight you. Meanwhile, you got these weird reptile aliens trying to take over the Wookiee planet. They come together with the older Wookiee, and they save the day against the reptilians who live in the planet. Some of the bad guys get eaten up by the spiders. You know, it's really tough. They're just kids, but they don't get to be kids in this galaxy. Episode 7, The Clone Conspiracy, is the best episode. It's the one episode that has something, probably the next episode too, but this is the setup part, and it has a really good story that connects with the entire series of Star Wars. Spoiler, it's like there's a conspiracy. Some of the clones figured out their home was destroyed on purpose by the Empire. Let me show you. 2 guys walk into a bar. They're just clone troopers. They all look the same. There's like millions and millions of clone troopers. Not to be confused with the stormtroopers. Clone troopers are talking. One of them's like, I don't want to be quiet anymore. I know how it got destroyed. How the base got destroyed. The place where they made the clones on the water planet. Not to be confused with like a water planet from the Power Rangers, where the Aqua Rangers came, and where Billy Breaker went to retire because they were bullying him because he was, the G word, and so he's like, I'm gonna talk about it, and then somebody shoots him, and he's dead, and then the other guy's like, he's trying to figure out what's going on because his friend got shot. I mean, what would you do if that happened to you? And then they go to the Senate, and people are talking. They're trying to pass a bill or something, and some of the people don't want that because they're like, what about equal rights for the clones or whatever? Like, we need money, we need representation. But this guy just wants to pass a bill to do the transition. They're in the middle of transitioning from the clone troopers to the stormtroopers. And then the blue guy, he's a sidekick of the Emperor. The blue girl is a senator. and she's trying to take care of she's trying to help out the clones. And then this guy, he was the other guy that didn't get shot, didn't get killed, and he's trying to figure things out. But he knows, and he knows that there's a cover story, and he wants people to know the truth, that the Empire destroyed their home. And so he's trying to let her know. And then she's talking to that guy. And then she's talking to Belogana, who is also taking care of Princess Leia. There's that guy. And he has an assassin, almost like Darth Maul, except not a Jedi. The assassin was able to take out the clone, but then this other clone comes out, and it's Rex. Rex comes, and so the senator tries to tell Rex what's going on. And then they go to the assassin, and it's just another clone. And what the clone ends up doing is he bites on something in his mouth to kill himself, because he's like, I'm loyal to the Empire, and I'm just gonna kill myself. And that's what he does. And so then Rex has to go and send a message to the Bad Bash. Episode 8, Truth and Consequences. This is part 2 of this arc, and this is probably even better. So this might actually be my favorite episode of season 2, possibly of the entire series of the Bad Bash. Rex contacts them, lets them know they really gotta come and help. So they go to Coruscant. That's the headquarter planet. The planet that you see in episode 1, the Phantom Menace. It's like a big city planet with just cities all around the planet. The headquarters of the entire galaxy, and now it's not an old republic anymore. It's an empire. So it's very dangerous for the Bad Batch to go there, because the Empire thinks they're dead. But Rex is able to get them in. She brings her in, and it's like, oh, this is the Senate. They talk to this alien, who's one of the aliens on the water planet with the clones, and they plead this alien lady to help. Back to the Senate, the alien agrees to testify. He's like, that's not proof. But then they were able to bring a tape of the destruction of the home base of the clones and those aliens on the water planet, and they show it, and the whole entire Senate sees the disaster. And then out of nowhere, the Emperor rises up. All hail. And he says, like, hey, Blue Senator, thank you so much for bringing this to my attention, and for the whole entire Senate to see this, and thank you for your good work, and we're gonna punish, we're gonna punish this guy. Okay, take him away. And by the way, we're gonna punish all the clone troopers too, because they were complicit to it. And then, we're gonna pass the bill anyways. The blue senator didn't want the bill to be passed, but now with this, it's like the evidence was shown, and the emperor was one step ahead, and he wanted them to do it. He must have foresaw it, just like he foresaw a lot of things, including what happened at the end of episode 6, Return of the Jedi. And he's talking about it, to Luke Skywalker, and he's like, I foresaw all this. And so he was so cocky, so arrogant, and he's been pretty good at this for so many years, so many decades. He's able to see the future, kind of like Anakin. He kind of had the same problem of being able to see the future, and so he was very confident. He didn't see that Darth Vader would throw him in a hole, which is what it did. But it's pretty devastating, and C felt betrayed, like C was used by the Emperor, which she was, and it's difficult, pretty devastating. And then Echo ends up staying with, going with who's his name? The other guy. What was his again? What was his name again? What was his name? Rex. And so he has to say goodbye to Echo. She says goodbye, but it's very, very difficult for her. And it's a little bit intriguing to see these two episodes. Episode 7 and 8 are my favorite. The rest are pretty much filler episodes. You really don't have to watch the other episodes. Just 7 and 8. Episode 9 Crossing. They go to a mine to get some mineral stuff that are, it's got like explosions, explosive minerals. They're drilling. By the way, somebody runs off with their spaceship, and they fall down a waterfall. They have a conversation. She's very young, and she doesn't understand, like, why would he not be upset about, things changing, like they lose their spaceship, which is her home, and they lose Echo and all these things, and they have a conversation, and he's like, I process things differently, but that doesn't mean that I'm not feeling what you're feeling. And I understand, like, 2 of our members left, but it's like, I respect them, their decisions. They use explosions to blow themselves out. Episode 10, Retrieval. This is the last episode of season 2. It is crazy. They're trying to fix up something because they're stranded with no spaceship, and they're at like a base, like a city, like a small city. They found a city. They went to the city. Nobody's there. It's just a bunch of scraps. And they're trying to put the pots together to try to make something that they can travel on to get somewhere else. This is the boy that stole their spaceship. I thought it was a young Han Solo. And he gives it up to his boss, because he works at this mine. They were able to track the robot that's inside the spaceship, even though the spaceship wasn't trackable, because I guess the boy was able to remove the trackers on the spaceship, but not the robot itself. The robot that was in there, I guess he wasn't smart enough to figure that out. They have to go. They go to the mine. They have to sneak in, so they sneak through the chimney. What do you think I am, Santa Claus? A chimney? No, an exhaust pipe? A giant thingamabobber that can kill you? So that weird alien, he's the boss, and he takes a lot of the rations for himself, and he gives everybody else like crumbs. He makes people fight to be the best, to do the most work, to earn the most. And if you do, you get a reward. And there's a strong criticism of that. And some of them are like, we want equality, and we wanted to share in the profits equally. Well, we just love communism and socialism, and so this episode promotes that in passive. It's pretty pathetic, but it's like, oh, we want to all earn the same exact, no matter what. I say no. I say you do a lot of work, you get a lot. You don't. Like, how hard is that? But but their thinking is like, uh, we gotta share, and this is the only thing we want to do, even though, like, in the end, what ends up happening is they find out that he did this. And so this is like a movie that Bill Murray was in the ground. They were like living in the ground, and they found out that he was doing that, and then they were not happy with him. And it was set in the future where everybody lived in the ground, deep in the ground, and there was a city in the ground. What's that name of the movie? Made in 2007 or something. So there's a conflict. There's a fight on the bridges, kind of like the bridge that Harrison Ford was on. Han Solo and his son, and where he stabs his son, Han Solo, and he falls into the lava. It's kind of like that. And he falls in, no, and oh, we're family, and yeah, we're just gonna continue mining. That's all we know. We're gonna share the profits equally, which is pretty stupid of an idea, but that's about it. So, all in all, this show in general is better than the other cartoon show that came out right before this, The Resistance. Is that what it's called? Resistance? Now, so this cartoon, it's a little bit better than that, but not a lot. Not a lot better than that. It's not as good as Star Wars Rebels. It's not as good as the Clone Wars or the other Clone Wars, the older one from 2003 that I used to watch at the library on the internet during the summer, like 2003 or so. I really wanted to watch each episode, and each episode was like 10 minutes long in 2003, and then they came out with the other one, the other Clone Wars cartoon, 2008. And I started watching it later on, and it's pretty good. That's the best, and I guess now they have a couple more cartoons out there, and then they have other shows too that are live action. So I'm watching these because I'm just curious what they're going to do with these characters. What are they doing with it? I'm curious. I'm not totally happy with a lot of it, as you can probably tell, but I'm curious with what they're gonna do, and I just wanna talk about it a little bit, let you know how I feel. I may not be fully expressing how I feel about everything, but here is just a general outline of season 2 of Star Wars Bad Batch. The Bad Batch, is just a show about these guys, and some of it's a little bit interesting to kind of see what was going on with those people and how it relates to the entire story and timeline of Star Wars. It's set I think this is 5 years after Star Wars 3, Revenge of the Sith, and I think it's 5 years before the Rebels, Star Wars Rebels. And so it is a little bit intriguing, insightful. It's not very useful. A lot of filler episodes. And we'll see if there's going to be a season 3. What are they going to do? I don't know.